Hi, I'm James, and welcome back to the Talonaxearmory. I know I haven't said that to you in a while, but there's a pretty good reason. I've been moving, and I think we probably need to talk about that. So, October of last year, I got a promotion with the company that I work for, at the Muggle job, right? Because spoilers, the YouTube channel does not pay for itself, much less my living or keeping my dog in food. So that meant that I had to change my base of operations from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where I've been for the last 5-6 years, to the area I now supervise, which includes the Florida Panhandle, Alabama, and Tennessee. If we're leaving Baton Rouge, we're not moving to Florida to still deal with hurricanes. Neither of us wants to deal with Alabama and its politics. So the great state of Tennessee it was. So, as of this past Tuesday, myself, my wife, our lovely dog, and our 2 elderly cats are residents of Nashville, Tennessee. This means a couple of things for the channel. One, it means I'm now in striking distance of way more events. I went from anywhere between a 12 to 18 hour drive to get to most of the big Midwestern and Eastern events, to 6 hours to a lot of stuff, and the longest one being Survival Fest at about 10, which, spoilers, being originally from State College, Pennsylvania, I will of course be at Survival Fest again. It's like a homecoming game for me. What this means is other people are going to start seeing me at events that may not have seen me previously. I'll probably do End War again, though that's up in the air with it being 4th of July weekend again. It's not that far from me, again, like 6 hours. Kane is like 6 hours from me. Mall Mutation Madness, which I didn't have the greatest time at due to their bureaucracy built into the game, it's now not a bad drive either. And all of the Ohio HVZ stuff, right? It's not that hard for me to go to OU for a game now. And, as we've discussed in the past, most of my relatives live in Columbus, Ohio. So, Ohio HVZ and the like, you're on notice. The big man's coming. The second thing this means for the channel is I'm again in need of a local club. I left behind the Louisiana Blaster League. I left in very good hands, right? Alan Thibodeau, Heath, Noah, Jacob, they've all got that. They're going to continue running Label the way we've been running it, and I have every confidence in all of them. But I need a local club, right? I need to play on a monthly basis. So that means I'll be starting Nashville Area Recreational Foam Flingers, or NARFF. I intend you to say that like Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, but say it however you like. Why did I say Nashville Area Recreational Foam Flingers instead of like, I don't know, Tennessee Area Blaster League or something? I just like NARFF. It's fun to say, and it's just, 2 letters to legal distinction, right? So that's what I'm going to do here. I've already talked to a few people, some guys in Memphis, somebody in Knoxville. There's a tumbling gym / aerials gym / martial arts dojo in Franklin, which is just south of Nashville, where they're already running some NERFF events. So I'm going to get with the owner there and try to get them on board, even if it's just to be like in an advisory capacity and grab up some of the older, more competitive clientele. And I'm going to start looking for an outdoor venue, right? Start looking at the city parks here. By happenstance, due to my wife's profession, I will likely have an in with the Williamson County Parks Department. So I'll probably start looking there, which is just south of Nashville. And finally, with regards to the channel, this is probably going to mean a rather drastic upswing in content. Specifically, a lot of content talking about how to start a club in your area, because that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll probably be doing some content in kind of a vlog style format where I'm talking about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and what we're up to. So that's your channel update. Let's do the Armory update. I'm going to get out of the way so you can see the new wall in a little more glory. Let me just pivot you here. So, as you can see, I've put my tactical gear kind of on a stand there so you can actually see it. I'm thinking about putting it up on higher legs so it stands up a little more in the room. You've got all of the pistols that I could ever want to use there on the wall on the left. As you can see, I am officially at the point where I own too many Meowsers. And then the main wall, we have all of my favorites. Overall, I do have less wall in this room, even though it is a much larger space. And that means I've had to make some choices about what's on display. But you'll notice most of the standbys, most of the things I really like, the fly point, the take flight, the slab, and of course all of my brushless. I've got the FDL I bought from Heath, I've got my SBF, and I've got the Jin. Those of you with careful and clever eyes will notice that the Jin is drastically different from when we featured it on the channel last. It's got a new battery door, it's got a new stock point attachment, it's got a new door there on the front, that white area, where the board is now housed to make it easier to reflash the board. We've done some updates to the entire system, not only aesthetically, but in terms of the software, now that Adam from Old Fusion Designs is more on board and he's been tinkering with it. We are racing towards a release model. There's already several in play locally and in Michigan. And you should be looking for Jin on sale on the talonaxearmory Etsy store in the next couple of weeks. Also on the wall, you'll of course see my bolt pistol from Fowler. What is it? Fowler Customs? Brad, I can't remember your store name. I apologize. But it is one of my most treasured possessions and was actually the second thing hung on the wall. The first thing hung on the wall was that Saba Saber on the side of the wall. Alan gave me that because I'm a big White Ranger guy and it had to go up immediately. We're going to kind of continue to work around the room, show you some more stuff. It's not perfect in here yet by any stretch of the imagination, but we're slowly getting there. On the back of the door there, you'll see all of the revolvers and pistol kind of things. It's mostly revolvers, but you've got a couple of rival blasters in there and my MXL capable Kronos. This is something I stole from Xavier. I just really dig it. Behind the door there, you'll see kind of just a variety of blasters that I've had to park there, and my travel gear, right? The Stacky lives right there by the door. All right, so now we're going to kind of talk about my generalized universal interests. You'll notice all of these clear plastic bags kind of scattered around the room. There's like 7 of them still. Those are things that used to be on display in the old Armory that are currently in some kind of storage. They were inventoried for moving. They're going to be re-inventoried now that we're on site and labeled appropriately in my bookkeeping, so I know exactly what I have and where they are. All of these shelves are kind of a work in progress still. They are superficially where they're going to be, but several of these boxes still need to be unpacked and put in their final homes. They include the stuff that goes on my desk, all of my role-playing game books, stuff like that. The only things tabletop related that have made it out and onto shelves are my miniatures. One of the first things I do when I move to a new place is I actively try to find the local Warhammer 40k scene and get involved with that. So that's on my list of things to do. Back here in the corner where there are still boxes and stuff is my actual office space. I do work from home, so I have to have an office space, and of course I have to edit these videos. All of that goes on back there in the corner, and on some level it's kind of where I live. I've got another desk that should be here today. That'll fix up that space and really get us ready to go. Having finished with the office space and continuing around the room here, so we've just got hats kind of sitting everywhere. I'm waiting on more of these hooks that, you know, these hats are sitting on. They're supposed to be here today. That black unit is full of darts and optics and various other things. It's honestly still kind of a mess from moving. I'm in the process of getting it squared away. Finally, these shelves are shells, magazines, batteries, some miscellaneous tactical gear, and basically just kind of a catch-all for what I need to make blasters go. And that brings us back around. So that's kind of a tour of the new Armory and an update on what's going on here. I'm going to do my best in the coming weeks to generate more content of the kind you guys want to see. And like I said, do that vlog series about the steps I'm going through to set up a new club. There's more lighting coming in here. We're going to do this LED lighting across these shelves and some other lighting over here. But we're off to a great start. So I'm just going to tell you what everybody here has told me in the last week. Welcome to Nashville.